Hey, I want to do a quick video about the Gibbs razor. This is the number 17. It's a French razor. It has these prongs on both ends that keep you from being able to use regular double-edged blades on it. But with a little modification, it can be a problem no longer. You can simply take some scissors, and I've done this, and you see the width right here. Looks like maybe 4 millimeters. If you just take some scissors and cut from the bottom all the way up, kind of cutting that width in half to where there's only 2 millimeters right here left. Do I have something I could maybe use to, yeah, here we go. So like if you could make a cut here all the way down so that you didn't see this much of the edge. That's pretty simple. Normal scissors can do it, normal desk scissors. It does make the blade more flexy, but big deal, when you put it in the razor, it will lock down nicely. And I've done several shaves that way and not had a problem at all. Now, a little better is when you can use something to cut out just a little notch, because then you get the two corners of the end tabs to be able to help align the blade when it's in the razor. And I like that a lot, instead of having to use like the back of your fingernail to push the blade edges around to try to line it up in the razor. And so I ordered off Amazon, doesn't cost too much, a punch that's an 1/8 of an inch. And here's the actual metal part that's going to do the punching. This is also the side where the little tiny thing is going to come out. And in the similar fashion, you only need to go deep about halfway into this side here. And so this particular one has a locking mechanism. Also, you can find 1/8 inch punches on Amazon, or I imagine other places, that are mainly just meant for paper. I got this one. It's a lot heavier duty. It actually specifically says being able to punch through light metals. And so I've used this a couple times on blades. It's been great. So I haven't tried the paper only ones. I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to do the job, but just letting you know that. All right, now I'm going to turn this punch upside down so that I can look into the hole. I'll be able to see the razor blade edge, the end tab. Now here's the nice thing. You see the head here and the width of the blade? It's almost exactly the same. And so I know that my hole is going to be centered on the edge here if the blade is also centered on the whole width of the punch. So I'm going to do that. I may have to block the view a little bit just so I can get it right. And then slowly squeeze until, and you've got to keep the blade straight up and down. It's got to be in line with the punch. All right, so, and there we have it right there. That should be good enough. It looks like it's not perfectly centered. Maybe I should have spent more time with it. Maybe holding it up in front of the camera made it a little bit more difficult. But let's go ahead and do the other side. Whoop, flip it around so I can see. It's important to see through the hole so that you don't push the blade down in too far. You only want to see about a half circle shape of the blade. And there we go. Got that little guy punched out. I probably didn't need to punch it out that much. But, you know, if you like this habit, then you can kind of figure it out yourself. All right, so now we will unscrew the bottom part. Take the top cap off, and then the blade can just be rested on the top like that between the two prongs. I've seen another YouTube video where the person says to put the blade on here, unpunched, then kind of close it down and let these tabs here punch through the sides of the blades. I just think that's going to wear away the plating and the metal, and may not even get to give you accurate punches and that sort of thing. I feel like I don't want to do that. And so now I think this way is definitely going to be less destructive to the razor. So we're going to screw in the bottom part. It's just barely finger tight, and you check your alignment. That's obviously not correct. But now we can touch the end tabs just a little bit to be able to move those around. And it looks like this one right here was off center enough to where it's not letting me make it aligned correctly. And so that is, a problem with this method. And so I just need to shave off a little bit off of that particular end. One end looks perfect. Yep, and this was the one that kind of didn't quite look centered. So I can take my punch. As always, we're working with the razor blades here. Watch out for the edges. Hopefully shouldn't have to tell you about that. So then I'll go and put that in the punch. Widened it out a little bit. No big deal. These are nice, smooth little razors, and that's why I'm even bothering to do this, because it's a fun little historical thing, and it is a nice, smooth cut. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother with it. And there we go. You just tighten it down, and you're good. You can even take it out of the razor, put it back in its sleeve for use later. And I am of the opinion that I usually get 20 to 30 uses out of a blade instead of just one or two. I probably wouldn't have this razor if I only used the blades one or two times. But with proper technique and a nice wet lather that's just really well hydrated to give good protection and kind of lubrication, generally people can make blades last a lot longer than 2 or 3 shaves. And so there we go. That's how to use a punch method to alter existing double-edged blades, safety razor blades, so that they fit in the historic Gibbs razors. Hope this helps you. Take care.